Nutrition and Obesity. There are nearly 34 million people in the United States alone who are obese by the medical definition, which means they are more than 20% over their optimal body weight. The combined total of people in the country who are currently dieting, who have just finished a diet, who have given up dieting, and who are about to start a diet numbers about 20 million. Fitness and nutrition are a $1 billion industry. There are no carb, low carb, slow carb, no fat, low fat, high protein and extremely high protein diets. Unfortunately, none of these diets work very well, at least not for the long term. Some people even go to the extreme and go on all liquid diets. Why do these diets have such poor results? The body cannot survive without food. It can't be just any food either. There has to be enough variety to provide all the nutrients the body needs to function properly. This includes all three of the macronutrients, carbohydrates, fats and proteins. A liquid diet is not only difficult to maintain, it may end up being harmful in the long run. Missing meals may actually cause weight gain because it slows down the metabolism and reduces thermogenesis. Having a balanced diet is always better than just not eating. Very few people attempt to learn what their bodies require before starting a diet. It's a good idea to consult a doctor, dietitian or nutritionist before making any major changes in dietary plans. Why proteins, carbohydrates and fats are so necessary. All three of the macronutrients are needed for different reasons. Fats and carbohydrates are mostly used as fuel for the body, but they have other functions as well. Protein can also be a source of energy, but it has a number of other functions to perform as well, including building and repairing cells, such as the cells that comprise RNA and DNA, the creation of enzymes that digest food and create cells, the creation of chemicals that create neurotransmitters, which send message along the nerves throughout the body, the creation and maintenance of connective tissue, the creation of cell membranes, the maintenance of fluid balance, preventing too much fluid, causing edema or heart disturbances, or too little fluid, which causes dehydration, the regulation of the pH level in the blood, the formation of certain hormones and enzymes, the proper health of the immune system since the antibodies are proteins, the creation of certain hormones that help regulate digestion, sleep and ovulation. Are liquid diets the answer? Not everyone loses weight on an all-liquid diet. For one thing, they are very difficult to maintain. The body will always crave solid food, so even if some weight is initially lost, it will become harder and harder to avoid giving into temptation. Usually, after a prolonged lack of solid food, too much food is eaten to make up for the lack and the weight comes right back. In fact, more weight is often gained than was lost. Liquid diets often make poor weight loss plans, but they can be a good start to something more easily maintained. All liquid diets have several flaws, such as slowing down the metabolism. The body begins to think that it is starving, which will cause more calories to be stored as fat rather than burned as energy, amenorrhea, or the cessation of menstrual cycles unrelated to pregnancy, constipation due to the lack of food for the digestive tract to push, which causes waste materials to back up. Liquid diets that are high in protein can cause electrolyte imbalances serious enough to affect the rhythm of the heart. A quarter of those who are on long-term liquid diets will develop gallstones, especially anyone who has a family history or other risk factors. How skipping meals affects weight gain. Skipping meals causes your body to start hold on to any food it gets. The human body is ruled by a number of hormonal signals. Hunger, or a lack of energy from food, creates the hunger hormone ghrelin, which most people respond to by eating. When the body feels it has had enough food, it releases the satiety hormone leptin. People who are deficient in leptin eat more than they need and still feel hungry. If the hunger hormone is released, but no food is provided, the body will start burning fat. It will also slow down a number of body functions that take energy, including metabolism. After that, more food will be stored as fat, rather than burned as energy. Keep everything in balance. Together, fats, carbohydrates and proteins make up the three macronutrients. All three of these are needed in healthy diets, despite what the no-fat and no-carbohydrate diets may claim. It is important, however, that these be the right kinds of fats and carbohydrates in the right amounts. Fats should still be the smallest part of a healthy diet. These fats should all be of the monounsaturated types, such as olive oil, avocados and omega-3 fatty acids. Carbohydrates should be the biggest part of your diet, provided they are the correct kind, complex carbohydrates. These carbohydrates are found in foods such as fruits and vegetables, and whole wheat breads and pastas. Complex carbohydrates slowly digest, which means they don't cause an insulin spike as simple carbohydrates, white bread and sugary foods, do. Insulin spikes lead to weight gain. Learn how much is enough. You will need to know how many calories you need to maintain your current weight before you can determine how many you need to lose weight. Once you've got that down, it's time to create a diet plan that gives you the macronutrients you need in order to have slow and steady weight loss. If you are on medications or being treated for any medical or physical disorder, these need to be taken into consideration before you make any big changes. Consulting a physician should not just be a suggestion, it should be standard practice.